Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shailene and today I'm going to talk about the books that I want to read in September. August was a terrible reading month for me. I ended up taking on a little foster kitten who is currently purring in my lap. I'll give you a peek of him. This here is Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean, look at the camera. Look at the camera. I ended up fostering Jelly Bean at 3 weeks old. He's currently like probably 7 weeks now. All of my time, attention, and non-existent sleep went into this little fella to make him happy and healthy and strong. Because of that, my TBR is so messed up because I haven't gotten any of the books that I originally had planned to read in August read. So this TBR is an absolute mess. It's a mess. So we're just gonna jump right into it and we're going to start. I'm going to start off with the books that are high priority that I absolutely have to read this month, and those include 2 arcs that I need to read and review. So the first one is Queen Meryl by Erin Carlson. This is basically a book that explores the iconic life of Meryl Streep. I'm very excited to read this and I'm hoping to pick this one up very soon. And the next book that I need to read that is high priority is The Water Dancer by Ta-Neshi. I still can't remember how to pronounce his name. This is the story of young Hiram Walker. He is a slave that was born into bondage, and he has sort of this here magical power that gives him the strength and the courage to escape bondage. So next we're going to move on to the books that I really want to get to and read, and kind of some books that I've been putting off reading. So the first one is The Song of Achilles by Madeline. I've been putting off reading this because I don't know, I just haven't been feeling in the mood to read this even though I want to read it. I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but basically this is a reimagining of the Battle of Troy through the eyes of Achilles' lover. And then the next book that I really want to read, and is probably the one that I'm going to be picking up next because I just can't contain my excitement for wanting to read this book. This is The Lost Child by Gunnis. This is a multi-generational story. A young woman witnesses the murder of her mother. That their young woman then becomes this here present day's woman, grandmother or mother, I believe. It's something along those lines. Basically, it's kind of a murder mystery spanning generations. I love generational stories like this. I'm very excited to read this one because the last book by this author that I read, I absolutely adored and loved, so I'm so excited to pick this up. And the next book is another ebook that I really want to read. This is The Luminous Dead by Starling. This is a sci-fi futuristic kind of exploration novel which I'm very much in the mood to read lately. So this is Aguirre Price. She's basically lied her way into this daring cave expedition deep into an alien planet. There's a fat paycheck in it for her, but Geyer doesn't know anything about caving. She thinks it's gonna be an easy in and out operation, but the expedition team that is sending her there have some ulterior motives that they're not telling her about. So this is basically a book about paranoia and anger, and it's stressful. So I'm actually really excited to read this one. The next book that I'm also very excited to read that I picked up is The Chain by Adrian McKinty. Basically, there's this here weird diabolical plot called The Chain where parents have to kidnap other parents' children in order to get their children back, or else their children will be murdered. It's crazy, but I'm so excited and looking forward to reading this. Like, I just want to pick this up and read it now, but like there's other books that I absolutely have to read. Like, I need to knock those 2 arcs out of the way and then just read whatever the heck I like and feel like. Which is what I'm pretty much thinking is going to happen with this TBR. Like, there's so many books on here that there's no way that I'm going to get to all of them this month. I'm just going to have to read the ones that I feel like I really want to read the most. The next book that I also really want to read that I picked up is The House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is a YA novel. It's a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling, which honestly I don't even know the original story. Leia sisters have been dying mysteriously over the years, and there's some weird things happening. I'm excited to get into this one. It's like this here very atmospheric mystery that I'm really hopefully going to love. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. I actually don't really know a whole lot about it. So another book that I really want to read, a lot of people have said this is like one of their favorite thrillers, and this is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This is a huge book, yeah, basically Amy disappears on her 5th wedding anniversary, and her husband Nick becomes the prime suspect. But Amy has secrets of her own, like any good mystery novel. There's always secrets. So yeah, obviously this is one of the most, you know, recognized, well-known, hyped up thrillers like in the past 10 years. So it's something that I need to mark off my TBR. And I'm actually really looking forward to reading this one. Another very hyped thriller that I need to read, which was on my TBR in August, was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I think a lot of you probably already know what this is about. Basically, a girl is on a train, she spots a couple that has a crooked life, she inserts themselves into their life somehow or something like that. She witnesses something, I don't know. It's you know, it's one of them hyped thrillers that I have to get to and read, just haven't picked it up yet. And the next book that I want to read, which I'm actually currently trying to start to read because I am in the mood for a historical fiction at the moment, and I think I can burn through this one relatively fast. So this is Crocodile on the Sandbank by Elizabeth Peters. Basically, Amelia Peabody inherits all this money. She decides to go on traveling expeditions around the world. She meets a young girl and adopts her kind of as her companion, and they end up traveling together. There's romance, there's mysteries, there's murders. So far I'm like 20 pages in and it's pretty good, so. And the next book, I know, this is ridiculous. I have a problem with huge TBRs, but this is Lost City of Z by David Grann. I'm really wanting to pick this up. I really want to pick this up and read it because I haven't read a nonfiction in what feels like forever, when really it was just like, the last time I read nonfiction was July. But yeah, I really want to pick this up and read it. It's basically about Percy Jackson. He got lost in the Amazon while looking for the supposed lost city of Z, and yeah, don't know what happened to the dude, probably died in the jungle, but this is a book kind of exploring what he was doing in the jungle in the first place. So yeah, there's also a movie on this. I enjoyed the movie. I recommend it if you don't want to read the book. I have a few more books that I really want to get to. The first one being D by James Nestor. This is a science fiction book about freediving, science, ocean. This is kind of like a sports book mixed with science and stuff, and human biology and oceanography, which I love pretty much all of those things. So yeah, I wanted to get to this in August. Unfortunately, again, I did not. So hopefully I can get to it soon, because I want to read, just I don't have the time, and by the end of the day, after, you know, looking after kitten, and I'm done. Like, I feel like I have a newborn baby. It's difficult looking after baby kittens when you have a chronic illness. You can hardly look after yourself. Like, I'm just a hot mess right now. So yeah, the last book, Final Rules by Riley Sager. I've been meaning to read this forever. I think a lot of you probably already know what it's about. Basically, it's about this murderer that committed multiple massacres, each one where only one person survived the massacre, and yeah, now he's starting to kill the people that were part of those massacres, I believe. So yeah, that's my hot garbage fire of a September TBR. So many books I need to read, not enough time, not enough energy, just ran off my feet. So yeah, there's a few that I really definitely need to get to, and then I'll probably just end up mood reading my TBR, because I feel like if I push myself to read something that I'm not exactly interested in at this moment in time, when I'm feeling really low on energy and feel like crap, then I'm not going to want to actually pick up the book. That was my September TBR. If you like this video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can go ahead and subscribe. I will have my Instagram, my Goodreads, and my Twitter linked in the description below. You can go ahead and follow me there. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.